I'm going to start out with Gary Flinn, who's going to come up and perform for us.
Okay, Gary.
Thank you. Well, I got some news to talk about before I read my piece, which I wrote 9 years ago. As you know, Huntington will convert over the President's Day weekend the first Merritt branches into Huntington branches, and there's some consolidation, which I'll mention in my next book, which I'll mention in a little bit. But first of all, the overlapping branches that will close will be a first Merritt branch on South Saginaw across from the Great Lakes Technology Center, and a Huntington branch in Grand Blanc across from the Grand Mall. The remaining Huntington branches this weekend will be converted to Huntington branches, which will reopen on Tuesday. And I mentioned all that in my upcoming book, Hidden History of Flint, which I just submitted to my editor, the latest rewrite of my manuscript. So hopefully the new book, Hidden History of Flint, will be coming out by Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So it should be coming out pretty quick.
Gonna have a big party for that?
Yes, I do plan on a party to kick off the book. The cover price, I understand, will be $21.99, which is
$21.99.
only $21.99 is the cover price. And I still have copies of my first book, so when I do my promotions, I'll be having both the new book and the old book. And the piece I wrote, this is one that's tied up in the Flint Journal's copyright. Now, some of the pieces I wrote for the Flint Journal and It's Your Magazine that I could update, I could rewrite, and put in my next book. And I talk about Huntington in my next book, utilizing a piece that I wrote for Your Magazine when the bank at that time became Bank of America. So of course, this is interesting enough. Looks like it will be called what I like it to call this chapter, which is the history of National Bank of Flint, scratch. Michigan National Bank, scratch. Standard Federal Bank, scratch. LaSalle Bank, scratch. Bank of America, scratch. Huntington National Bank.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll be what that chapter will be called.
That's a catchy title.
Yes. Of course, what I'll be talking about is a piece of Flint TV history. Now I know most of you don't remember when WJRT Channel 12 first went on the air in 1958. And in order for Channel 12 to be on the air by its founders, they had to agree to have a good chunk of their shows locally produced. So this piece, which I wrote for the Flint Journal, is called Local Live Programs Once Filled the Airwaves. This was written in commemoration of Channel 12's 50th anniversary. If you're of a certain age and wonder whatever happened to the quaint local TV programming of your youth, part of the answer is that time simply ran out. Part of the deal that allowed WJRT TV Channel 12 to go on the air 50 years ago at 5 p.m. on October 12, 1958, was a 10-year commitment by the station to air several hours of locally produced programming each day. That led to homegrown shows such as Mr. Magic, Bozo's Big Top, Colonel Gyro from Outer Space, Romper Room with Miss Margie, and Theater of Thrills with host Christopher Coffin. In fact, original staffer Lyle Hoover said that in 1958, it took 55 hours of live programming each week to fill in around ABC's network shows. In 1960, Earl Frank-Cady, just Frank-Cady on air, began his fondly remembered run at Mr. Magic. The show aired until the colorful Bozo replaced it on Labor Day 1967, the day the station converted to full color. Cady played the role of Bozo too. On Mr. Magic, he played other characters such as Clyde Clunker and his cousin Lulu Bell, a homely woman who in one surviving black and white episode lip-synced a performance by novelty singer Mrs. Miller. A popular ending on the show was when Mr. Magic getting a pie in the face. Cady, as Bozo the Clown, had a peanut gallery of children who participated in games and prizes from toy companies. He pitched products such as Bozo bread and Bozo milk. Katie also hosted Michigan Polka Party in the mid-1960s, featuring the local Michigan Dutchman band and dancers from local high schools. And then there was Saturday night's Theater of Thrills, a horror movie showcase that ran from 1961 to 67. Host Kaufman was played by local advertising agency owner and voiceover announcer Phil Reed Pasternak, known professionally as Reed Farrell. While Katie was visited elementary schools as Mr. Magic and Bozo, Farrell was reluctant to do the same as Kaufman. Persuaded by sales manager Don Faust to visit an elementary school, Farrell recalled by phone from Arizona, where he still does voiceover work, that the kids were excited and screaming, but quickly sat when he said, "Sit down," in character. Frank Deal hosted the early morning information show Almanac, TV bingo, and other entertainment shows such as Folk Swingers. A surviving videotape features a folk quartet performing Rock Island Line as a freight train passes by the studio as if on cue. Deal's best remembered show might be Ray Dean and Friends, which aired from 1961 to 68 with Ray Dean Gurkowski and puppets Montgomery Line and Dilly Mahatmashnu. Deal operated the puppets, provided the voices, and wrote ideas for each show. Gurkowski was a Flint school teacher and Flint's community players director who taught children's theater. The show was completely unscripted and grew more viewers locally than Captain Kangaroo and Today combined, Hoover said. A popular segment was when Montgomery and Dilly sang to a sped-up record. By 1968, most local programs were replaced by syndicated ones as the mandate for local content expired. By the time program director Sarah Jo Golick joined the station in 1972, the only remaining locally produced entertainment show was Bozo. When it ended its run in 1979, there was still a 6-year waiting list for guests to appear on the show. Frank Deal continued to do weather forecasts until he left in 1969 with WJRT in Greensboro, North Carolina. Now, he was 82 at the time I wrote this. When he lived in a nursing home, the successor at WJHP, Van Denton, recalled that Deal had hoped to marry Gurkowski and kept a photo of her. Deal told Denton that Gurkowski was the most incredible woman he had ever met. Tragically, Gurkowski had a heart condition and died in 1973 at age 41. Frank Katie retired in 1985 and died in 1992. Robert Schausch, better known as Bob Scott, who became known as the voice of Channel 12 as a staff announcer, sports reporter, weather forecaster, and especially for the commercials he appeared in, retired in 1989 and died in 2002. I should mention that Frank Deal has since passed away as well. This writer, at age 11, was a guest on Mr. Magic in October 1965. After I helped introduce the Three Stooges short, a crew member threw a prop brick through a window with a note attached to it. After Mr. Magic read the note, saying, "Your window's broken," I giggled, to which Katie said, "Tee hee Gary." Several years later, as Katie led a group tour of the station, I asked if there was a blooper he finally remembered. Katie recalled a live Bozo broadcast when station meteorologist John McMurray's daughter was on, and Katie, as Bozo, asked how her father predicted the weather. McMurray confirmed the story, calling it an incident he'll never forget. Marjorie, the oldest of our 3 children, did indeed look straight at the camera and said, "My daddy sits in the bathroom all day eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches." We still laugh about the incident at various family gatherings. So,
All right.
yeah, so that's my piece for this month, and I thank you very much.